Hey guys, Brad here. So for today's video, I thought I would just go back to basics and cover how to set up a really simple channel loyalty program. This is just your classic thing where you've got a brand sold through stores of dealers. You just want to run a loyalty program for your dealers themselves, or perhaps for the staff that work in those dealerships. You're being sold through stores where your products are side by side with competitors, then it's very, very important for you to help reward your dealers for recommending and selling your products rather than your competitors. There is a lot of different ways we can do this. We're going to do this really simply today. We're then going to import the dealers, and we're going to import the points. Now, this is not the recommended way of doing it in Kademi, but it is really common that you're going to calculate the points in Excel or in your own ERP or something, and you're just going to import those points into Kademi. What we prefer to do is where you import the sales data, which this gives you and your dealers a better experience, and then have Kademi calculate the points from the sales data. All right, so here is my account. The way this is set up is we've got this group here, retail sales rep. So we're going to use that to hold our dealers. And obviously I'm going to import some data. It's always good, by the way, when you're setting up an account to have like some realistic looking data, even if it isn't your real users, because you don't want to accidentally be sending emails to them. So what I do, I just use ChatGPT here. This is what I said, create a spreadsheet, fictitious data with a few columns, and I'll show you what it came up with. Here we go. So look, I just love this. I think it's great. This is realistic looking information, and it's completely fictitious. So let's go right ahead, and we're going to import our dealers. So I'm going to go and import and remove. I'm going to choose that file there. We're going to insert. I need to choose my group. You can have a group in the column, like in a column in your spreadsheet as well. That works. We're going to create any organizations because we've got an organization column in there. I'm not importing addresses, so don't worry about that. First name. Now, this will actually automatically select these columns normally. It's just the way I've got things set up is that the AI isn't working on my laptop. Now, notice that the field for company is in Kademi called organization. It doesn't actually need to be a company. Sometimes it's a department or, an association. It's not necessarily a company. So there we go. So we'll choose those things. And right, so that's 100 rows going to import. So we'll say, go ahead and do that. And then that will just take a moment. There we go. That's all done. Now, if I jump back to my users page, I can see them all. I'll filter on retail sales rep, and there they are. You can see them all. Obviously, they're not doing very much yet. We haven't got any points. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is to import some points. Now, again, I got ChatGPT to create this for me. Here's the prompt I used. I said, great. Now create another spreadsheet. We're going to randomly award them points between 100 and 1,000, and just 2 columns, email and the number of points. And what did it come up with? Came up with that, which is great. And it's really cool that it remembered the email addresses from the previous spreadsheet. So, amazing, really is. Okay, so now we're going to import points. My file. You would usually want to give it a date, or it could just be the date that you uploaded it. It is often valid as well. Okay, so email address is going to be the awarded to. That's the person who's getting the points, and of course the points. So it's creating 100 records, and it just gives me a total here. It's importing a total of 57,000 points. Really handy to do that sort of sanity check just before you import. Sometimes you could have, the wrong decimal places or whatever, and it might be 1,000,000 points instead of 1,000. So always good to check that. Should just take a moment as well. There we go. That's all done. Okay, so now if I go back and have a look at one of our users, let's look at, say, Rachel Acosta. And we can see points record. Now, I didn't import a reason, probably should. You'll probably have that in your data for like what it's for, whether it's, you can import points record for each individual sale. That's totally fine. Or you can roll them all up and just have one, like maybe, you'll calculate the total points each month or each week or something like that. As long as it's got some sort of reason so your dealers know what they got their 843 points for. All right, so let's have a look at the site that I've got. Now, this is the site that I just threw together really quickly. Now, I've really got to say that in Kademi, we've got some amazing solution template. You don't need to figure everything out from scratch. It's all set up there. You can then replace the logo with your own logo, your brand colors, your text and images, etc., and you're ready to go. So that's actually what I've done here. I've used a solution template that's for our sales claims or SPIF template, and I actually just removed a whole lot of stuff. Actually, you know what? I'm going to choose this one. So this is just cut back. So it's just channel loyalty. So you should always have a little bit of news and updates in there. That's just a no-brainer. My sales. So what they're actually seeing here is the point that they've got. So they'll see each of their points records down there. Obviously, if you're giving them points, you've got to give them some way of using those points, something of value. So what this one here is using, super common, is a merchandise-based incentive structure. Often you will want to do gift cards. Often, in some cases, you'll want to do reloadable Visa cards or actually just put cash into people's accounts, things like that. There's a lot of different options on how to set up an incentive program. So we've got some articles on that give you recommendations for each situation. For a channel loyalty program, merchandise is a really good option. Often the products you'll provide, these, by the way, Kademi doesn't do that. Like Kademi's not, there's a lot of other companies that out there that provide those rewards. Kademi doesn't. We're just a software company. We do have great partners, though, that are integrated in Kademi. You can just install an app and you can start. It'll give you their products and they'll take care of the fulfillment and everything. So, or obviously you can do it yourself. You can import these products yourself and take care of the fulfillment. Some companies like to do that. If you have the people in-house with the availability to do it, then that's your lowest cost option. Whereas getting a partner to do it, it's only a little bit more, it doesn't cost you much more, and obviously takes that workload away from you. So that's a really good option. But the end result for your dealers is the same. If you're doing merchandise, they're going to see a bunch of products here and they can buy them with their points just as you can in a normal consumer loyalty program. So that's just that really quick setup showing how to do a simple channel loyalty program with externally calculated points. So what I'll do now is we'll finish this video. Next video will show you how to set it up so you can import sales data and have points automatically created, which is the much more exciting thing. Okay, thanks for today for watching, and we'll see you soon.